Welcome back, one and all. Thank you for joining us here on Gameyaaad TV for yet another video. I would encourage you to hit that subscribe button if it is the first time you are joining us on this channel. Please remember to like the video, to share it with your friends and families, and also to share your comments down in the comment section. Tell us about your opinion of this series. So this video, we will be looking back, we will be reviewing the 5-match T20 series played between West Indies and New Zealand in New Zealand. And I mean, it was a series where, you know, it could have gone, you know, any direction. I mean, in the end, New Zealand won it by 3-1. As you know, the fourth match would have been rained out. West Indies were on 38 for 1 in 6.3 overs when the rain came. And I mean, there are just some key moments in the games which I think New Zealand would have won. And I mean, West Indies will need to be better going forward, especially we are on the brink of the 2026 T20 World Cup. We have to be better in these clutch moments of the game, these key moments in the games. We have to be, you know, a better team. But all in all, I mean, it was a thrilling series to watch. The first 3 games went down to the last, you know, over the last ball, you know, in some case. And I mean, it was just a really good series to watch. So I'm going to summarize. Summarize each game briefly, and then I will move on, you know, accordingly. In the first game, West Indies won that first game. I mean, West Indies batted first, and they posted, you know, 164 for 6, and they were, you know, able to defend, you know, that total. And kudos to the bowlers. I think Ruston Chase was exceptional in that first game. He batted and made 28, and he came back with the ball and took 3 for 26. And West Indies ended up winning that game by 7 runs. I mean, that game, Shea Hope got, you know, an half century, and Santner would have gotten an half century for the New Zealand team. And Santner almost, you know, take the game from the West Indies with that blistering 55 from 28 deliveries in the back end of the innings. In the second game, New Zealand, you know, bounced back with a 3-run win. I mean, that was a high-scoring thriller. New Zealand batted first and posted 207 for 5. I mean, Chapman was the main destroyer for the New Zealand team. He made 78, and I think he played really well in that game. I mean, and it was an agonizingly close game, because I mean, this series was a series where the lower order for the West Indies, they really played, you know, some really good hand in relation to, you know, Romario Shepherd. You know, I think he was the best performer for the West Indies throughout this series. I mean, he was exceptional with you know, the bat, you know, in the back end of the innings, and also he take, you know, wickets as well, you know, when the captain needs him to take wicket. And so as I said, New Zealand batted first, posted 207, and West Indies made 204. So I will not be going in very much details in these, you know, summary, because I would have made some shorts on the channel, and you can go on and review, you know, all of those shorts where the match summaries are concerned. In the third game, New Zealand won that game by 9 runs. I mean, they posted 177 for 9, and they were able to restrict West Indies for 168. It's also the lower order for the West Indies really showed some resistance. Romario Shepherd and you know, Shamar Springer Also, they played a good, partnership or good knockdown there in the back end of the innings. Now, in terms of the fourth match, that match was rained out. As I said, West Indies were on 38 for 1 from 6.3 overs when the rain came. And again, West Indies, one of the main issue with the West Indies team in this series, and I'm going to highlight some of the the weaknesses. West Indies have had issues with their top order, with the exception of really Shea Hope. The others are not really making. I mean, you got a few 30s from Athens, but the vast majority of the others, we didn't get any runs. And so in all of the matches, West Indies had to start on the back foot, because early in the innings we tend to lose wickets, and once you start to lose wickets early in the game, it's very hard to really regain any handle on the game. So in the fifth and final match that was played last night, West Indies batted first. They were bowled out in 18.4 overs. They made 140 runs, and New Zealand batted and made that runs in 15.4 overs. So New Zealand won the series by 3-1, and I think Duffy was really good last night in the power play. So much so that I think he got 3 wickets in 1 over. He finished with 4 wickets on the night, and I think that break the backbone of the innings for the West Indies. They lost 4 wickets in the power play, and I mean they could not find any momentum to really push on, and so they were skittled out for 140. And again, Romario Shepherd showed some resistance with the bat, but it was not enough. Duffy also was the player of the series. He took 10 wickets in the series. As I said, if West Indies can just work on those small things, especially in the clutch moments of the game, you have to be better. You have to be able to hold your nerve in those tight spot in the game. And I mean, this series could have been, the result could have been different if West Indies had held their nerves, better than the New Zealanders. So as I said, in terms of the key standout performances, Jacob Duffy was exceptional at the top, especially last night. He was really good last night. Towards the back end, he got a few, hits. But for the most part, especially in the power play last night, he was exceptional. He finished with 10 wickets. For the West Indies, it was Romario Shepherd who emerged the more consistent players. I remember he got even a 49, in the third game. He got some 30s and so forth. So he has been really good. I think from the second T20 in Bangladesh, I think he found his rhythm, and from then he hadn't looked back. Right. Also, special mention should be made to the other seamers. The fielding for the New Zealanders would have been really good. I mean, as I said, most of the games they were tight games, but I think there are some really key moments when New Zealand was the better team. And I think that would have allowed them to win this series. So in terms of most runs for the series, Romario Shepherd would have made 128 runs. And Tim Robinson for New Zealand made 134. Most wickets, as I said, Jacob Duffy 10. Ruston Chase 5 for the West Indies. So for this section of the video, I'm going to be looking on some key comparisons in terms of how each team score runs in each phase of the game, how they would have lost wickets, and how the run rate that they would have scored in within those key areas of the game. And I didn't include that ball percentage, but going forward I will be incorporating those key. So these are the key performance indicators that I will be looking at in this series. So looking on the numbers in terms of runs scored, for the entire series, West Indies has scored 181 runs in the power play, and that is very, very poor, right, compared to New Zealand, who would have scored 203 runs, in the series, in the power play phase. It is important to note that West Indies batted for all 5 power plays, while New Zealand batted only 4 power plays. In terms of the middle over phase, New Zealand had scored 313 runs, while West Indies scored 304 runs. Right, in the last over phase, West Indies would have scored 229, right, while New Zealand scored only 166. And total run score in the entire series, New Zealand scored 682, while West Indies scored 714. So West Indies score most runs overall, but they would have lost the series 3-1. Right? When you look on the second to the fifth game, right, in the middle over phase, right, we would have seen where New Zealand had, won that area, scoring 93, 95, and 73, while West Indies would have scored 81, 69, and 70, right? So we see again, the middle over phase in T20 is so critical to winning games. I mean, West Indies would have been better in the last over phase, but it is that 9 over, from 7 to 15 over, I think that is really, really critical to winning any T20 games. In terms of the wicket, we are going to look on how, the teams lose wickets in each phase of the game. And West Indies, they have lost, in the first game that they won, they only lost 2 wickets in the middle over phase, while for New Zealand, they lost 5 wickets. And that's one of another reasons why, West Indies would have won that first match, right? In terms of the second to the fifth, West Indies lost 5 in the second game, 6 wickets in the third game, and 4 wickets rather in the fifth game, right? While New Zealand only lost 3 wickets in the second, 2 in the third, and 2 in the fifth, and that would have allowed them, given them the momentum to finish the game. So losing wickets in the phases of the game is also very, very critical, right? If you look on even the third game, New Zealand lost 6 wickets, right, in the last over phase, while West Indies lost only 2. But New Zealand won the game because they had wickets in hand, right? They didn't lose, they only lost 1 wicket in the power play and 2 in the middle over, and they had the wicket in order to bring the game, even though they lost 6 wickets in the last phase, but the damage would have been already done in the power play and also in the middle over phase. So losing wickets is very critical. In the last game, look on the last game, New Zealand didn't lose any wickets in the power play, right? While West Indies lost 4 wickets. In the middle over phase, West Indies lost 4 wickets, New Zealand lost 2 wickets, right? And that, enables New Zealand to win that game, right? So West Indies are some of the things that West Indies will need to improve upon, going into the World Cup. Another key area is the run rate. West Indies run rate and average in the power play is about 6 run per over. You cannot score 6 runs per over in the power play and expect to win series or win games, right? You have to be better in the power play. New Zealand score 8.46 on average throughout the series in the power play phase. In terms of the middle overs, New Zealand scored 8.69. That's an average run rate, in that phase, right? While West Indies averaged 7.12, right? West Indies were better in the last over phase at 12.79. But as I said, the damage would have been done by the New Zealanders in the power play and also in the middle over phase. You cannot just win one phase of a game, right, and win the entire series, right? So if you notice, New Zealand won in terms of run rate. They won in the power play phase and also in the middle over phase, because that would have been most of the overs, because the power play and the middle over phase combined to 15 overs, right? So West Indies just won in 5 over phase, and that cannot win you a series. So the West Indies will have to be better. I don't want to overwhelm you with too many numbers. So that is, I just try to give you a little explanation in terms of how the West Indies would have lost the series in the different phases of the games, right? And I mean, I also wanted to include the dot ball percentage, but I will include that in later videos. So stay tuned to Gameyaaad TV. And West Indies just have to be better in terms of our outlook going forward. I think our T20 team is, a lot of people may say that they are not playing well, but to go to New Zealand and to be competitive like this, that's a positive for me. And I think once we can become more consistent in terms of especially our batting has been failing us right across all formats, right? Brandon King out of touch in terms of form, Rutherford out of form, and I think these are 2 key players that we need them to find back form for the T20 World Cup. But all in all, I think we just need to improve. Our bowling need to improve as well. Especially our death bowling need to improve. Our power play, we were not very penetrative in the and the numbers would have shown you in terms of the wicket taken, especially in the power play. We were not penetrative in this series in terms of our bowling, so that we will need to improve. I think Shamar Springer came in and he looks really well, and I think he should be given another chance. He had batted and bowled well. I remember even in the 3rd game he had to bowl 2 overs in the death, and he did really well because Shepherd would have had a slight injury, right? So those are some of the things that we can look on and really say that West Indies have not done as bad as many people think. In terms of New Zealand, I think they were very disciplined. They were the more disciplined team, and I think they used their conditions well. They understood their conditions, and I think Santner was really good in terms of his captaincy, in terms of how he uses bowlers, and I think they, even when he won the toss, he made some good decision in terms of batting or bowling first. And I think Chapman was really good in the series. Duffy, as I said earlier, was really good. Tim Robbins, not the top of the innings, he was really good. I think Conway he made a half century, but I think he needs to show some more intent, right? And I think New Zealand, their T20 outlook is not looking bad. That series win would have gained some confidence in the dressing room. So in closing, I think it was a really good series. West Indies just need to work on some of those key areas that we would have highlighted in the video. Think our batters, they need to improve immensely, right? Even Django came in, he didn't show much intent of scoring. We have to be better in the power play. Our bowlers, they have to be more penetrative, right? And all in all, I think it was a really good series to watch. As I said, most of the games, they were very close, and yeah, it was a really, really good series. Remember to hit that subscribe button, turn on that post notification bell so that you can be notified whenever content would have been uploaded to the channel. Please share your thoughts on the series down in the comment section, and stay tuned to Gameyaaad TV. The ODIs are up on us, and stay tuned for that video. I will be looking on that squad published by Cricket West Indies, and also selecting my predicted 11 for the first ODI on Saturday. Stay tuned.